Good morning, guys. So to be honest, I wasn't planning on vlogging this weekend, but I was watching a couple of videos from channels that I'm subscribed to, and I heard about this Kindle Unlimited readathon happening today. And I gotta be honest, I got a case of FOMO. I won't even lie. And I think it actually turned out to be perfect timing because literally 3 days ago, I downloaded the Kindle Unlimited 3 months for 99 cents deal, and I had a whole bunch of books that I recently added to my TBR that are part of KU, and I figured this weekend's readathon would be the perfect excuse for me to at least try and plow through some of the books before the new year starts. So without further ado, welcome to the vlog. Anyway, as far as my TBR goes, okay, let me grab my Kindle. So the first book that I have downloaded and am going to start on is The Design by R.S. Gray. You guys might have heard me talk about her before. She's one of my newest favorite romance authors. She does romantic comedy, and she does it really well. So The Design is about a woman who just recently graduated from college, and she plans on hightailing it to Europe to just kind of find herself and just be out from under her sister's thumb. However, before she can do that, she first needs to earn money to sustain her when she flies off. And so she ends up getting a job at her sister's friend's architect firm. And this is a guy who she's had a crush on since she was a teenager. And to be honest, the inspiration behind her becoming an architect. However, it seems like he's just been a dick to her this whole time. Little do we know, well, I'm sure it's obvious because it's a romance, but in fact, he's had feelings for her this whole time, and the reason that he has been a dick towards her is, of course, he's trying to avoid acting on those feelings. So I have a feeling it's going to be really good just because R.S. Gray has written so many good stories that I've come across that deal with this whole boss co-worker vibe. She does it in a way that's not cliche, which I really appreciate because I feel like that kind of trope can go sideways really quickly. So I will keep you guys posted on how I'm enjoying it. Her books, which is another good thing, let me say really quickly, her books read really fast too, meaning that it's easy to get caught up and devour them in a day. So fingers crossed I can actually do that. If by some chance I happen to finish her book, then I will move on. Let's see, I wrote a list down, people. So let's see, I got sticky notes everywhere. Okay, so this next one, I actually am hoping I finish The Design so that I can get to this next one because I have heard so many good things about this author and I've never given them a chance. And the book is called In the Unlikely Event by L.J. Shen. I first heard about L.J. Shen on Chandler Ainsley's channel, and I checked out the author, and this seemed to be the first book that I wanted to get started with. I'm hoping that this author is all that she's cracked up to be. So yeah, so those are at least the 2 books that I've got on my radar so far. But as you guys know, if you've been around this channel for a while, you know that I am an extreme mood reader. So definitely starting The Design. There is a 60-40% of me going into the L.J. Shen novel afterward, but I'll keep you guys posted. Been quite an eventful day. I am about 60% into The Design and I am enjoying it so far. It's teetering for me just a smidgen in the middle, only because I'm really wanting the hero's point of view, but it's only told from our female perspective. And I mean, that's fine. It's just personal preference. But other than that, it's going well so far. As you guys saw earlier, I went to a coffee shop this morning, read there for a little while, ordered a delicious latte, some treats, obviously, and I actually popped into the Mac store, or the Apple store, which I of course did not film because it was crowded like nobody's business. I mean, what can you expect since it's the day after Christmas? But I had to return my laptop so that they could send me another one, unfortunately, because of a speaker issue. Anyway, I am going to finish reading, think about what I want for dinner. I kind of want to order Korean barbecue. I don't know. Let's see if the husband goes for that. Also, I don't know why I called him the husband, but let's see if I can actually convince Andrick to order Korean. Morning guys, so as you can see I am out and about. I'm with Andrick actually because he is doing a video profiling the graffiti in East Atlanta, so obviously I'm helping him. It's like the perfect overcast day, so we wanted to get out and about before it got too cloudy and too rainy because the skies are supposed to open up later. And I will be using that time to read. So I haven't gotten any reading done this morning, if I'm being honest, but that's okay. I imagine I'm gonna be holing up the rest of the day once we get in. So I'll check back with you guys then. Hey guys, so checking in. Oh, I had to step outside for a bit because my house is like this cozy little nook and I have been fighting a nap for the past 30 minutes. Anyway, I just finished the design and I think in the end I'm gonna have to give it like a 3-star because it's not her best work, or rather I had more problems with it than other books of hers that I have read. Now don't get me wrong, it's still a good story, and the beginning starts off really promising, but I found out about a third into the book that we're only getting our heroine Cammie's point of view, and I really think the story could have benefited from getting the hero Grayson's point of view as well. Prime example, so if you guys are familiar with romance, you know that depending on like the spice level of the book or the chemistry between the characters, their sexual interactions can be like rough and sexy and all of that. Now that's usually not a problem, I have zero issue with that, but the word choices that the author used in this book, plus the fact that we're only getting it from Cammie's point of view, it made our hero seem way too rough, which I didn't like, and of course that's not his nature, but I couldn't help but read it that way, which was unfortunate. Another reason I feel like we could have benefited from getting inside his head is that a lot of his actions go unexplained, which, you know, I don't feel like I had a good insight into what he was thinking. So spoiler alert, sorry, skip the next few seconds if you don't want to know what happens in the end, but he ends up proposing to her right when she comes back from Paris, and it seems like it just came out of nowhere. Now again, I've read romances where proposals come quickly and it's usually never an issue if it is written right. But because we're only seeing it from Cammie's point of view and we have no insight into what he's been feeling and what he's been thinking, it seems total left field and not realistic, which was such a bummer because I know I boast all the time about how R.S. Gray is one of my favorite authors. It's just parts of this book hit the mark for me this time around. Regardless, that wraps up one book done from the KU Readathon. Now, I'm debating if I still want to read the L.J. Shen that I mentioned earlier. I'll probably download a sample just to see if it vibes with me. And I'm looking at my dog because she decides she wants to be vocal. You there? What do you got to say? What do you have to say for yourself? Anything? Anyway, I've got a couple of other books on my TBR that I might check out. Either way, I'll keep you guys posted on what I decide to read next. Guys, so I have been reading all morning, kind of taking it easy because we've got a gloomy, rainy day as expected, which perfectly content with for a Sunday. Let me go ahead and give you guys an update on what I've been reading. So no surprise to me, but I ended up not going with the LJ Shed novel, not because it didn't seem interesting, but just because something else caught my eye, and that is Come Back to Bed by KU Loring. This is actually my first time reading this author, and I'm really enjoying the story so far. It is about a woman whose next door neighbor ended up going out of town, and she subleases the apartment to her nephew. And her nephew obviously ends up being young and attractive, but he's kind of a jerk to our main girl. And so the two of them obviously have sparks. And it seems like it's a enemies to lovers story, but it's done really well so far. And it's really cute how the author gives our hero a redeeming quality, which is the fact that he's so sweet to his dog. And that's the same reason that our main character heroine ends up falling for him, because she hears how he speaks to his dog. And I mean, anytime you speak to your dog in that way, it's super sweet, right? So far I am about I'm 40% in so far, which says a lot because I started this last night. I'm really enjoying the author's writing style, and as far as our characters go, they both have their flaws, but they also have their redeeming traits as well. So I'm probably going to finish this off today. So let me know if any of you watching this have participated in the KU Readathon, or at the very least what you read this weekend, which by the time you see this, the weekend would have already passed. But either way, drop me a comment below so we can chat about it.
One hour later.
Okay guys, so I have just wrapped up the last book that I was reading, which is, actually hold on because I keep forgetting the name of it. Okay, so I just finished reading Come Back to Bed, and I really enjoyed it. The author actually kind of hit my unexpected sweet spot in the very beginning because she had a You've Got Mail and Nora Ephron reference, which is my absolute favorite movie of all time and my favorite director of all time. But it read as the quintessential romantic comedy that I was looking for, which was great. Our heroine Bernadette was really confident, which I appreciated, and our guy was he was gruff, but like I had mentioned before when I was first describing the book, definitely had his redeeming qualities. I like the fact that the couple was a really good foil to one another because she is a traditional artist and he is a lawyer, so obviously you've kind of got that dynamic where the two start off butting heads but then eventually find common ground with one another. So yeah, I'm gonna have to give this one a solid 4 stars because I really enjoyed it. It was a really quick, fun read. The author, KU Loring, I'm definitely going to be checking out more of her books because, like I said, I really like her writing style. She does a really good job with the descriptions. You know, sometimes you just kind of get slodged through with just being overly flowery, so she didn't do that at all. If you enjoy romantic comedies, definitely give this one a shot. I do recommend it. And since we are now at Sunday night, I guess I'll wrap up this vlog for now. Overall, I would definitely say this was a successful KU Readathon. I really am glad that I came across this actually because I had been seeing Kindle Unlimited books and the programs for a while, but for some reason I never pulled the trigger. I'm so glad that I went ahead and did it this time around, and if you guys don't have it yet, I would definitely recommend trying it out. Like I mentioned in the beginning of the video, I got a 3 months for 99 cents deal. I'm pretty sure by the time this video goes out, they'll still have that. So check it out. I mean, what do you have to lose for less than $1? There's so many books. I know I'm on a romance kick right now, but I did scroll their inventory and they've got all kinds of genres. So whenever I'm ready to switch back over to crime thrillers, or I want to pick up nonfiction or anything really, I've got a whole bunch of books to choose from. So let me know in the comments below if you participated in this readathon, if you have Kindle Unlimited. As usual, you guys know I'm always looking for recommendations. So until next time, guys, bye!